It's Saturday. Saturday is often the forgotten day of Easter because even though Jesus' body was lying still in the tomb, there was a lot of activity going on otherwise. What I'm talking about is what was happening through the religious leaders there in their attempts to make sure that Jesus' body stayed in that tomb. In fact, we read about that at the end of Matthew chapter 27. You see, Jesus had repeatedly said that he would rise from the dead. And even though the religious leaders dismissed that as nonsense, they still couldn't forget about it. In fact, maybe it even haunted their thoughts. So they wanted to make sure that there would be no way that anyone would think that was what had happened. So they arranged for Jesus' body to be protected or guarded there in the tomb. And for one, I'm glad they did that. Because think about it. The very ones who wanted to make sure that the resurrection never occurred are the ones who made sure that we know it did. Because of their actions, we know there was no way that any mischief or deception of some of Jesus' disciples could have caused for that body to be moved. In fact, they set the scene for some days later when hundreds would give eyewitness testimony to the fact that Jesus had risen from the dead, that he is alive. So though Saturday may seem to be the silent day of Easter, there is a lot that's going on. Because even when it seems to us that God is silent, he is providentially working in ways that are always for the best. You see, during this silent day of Easter, God is unfolding his eternal plan of redemption. Because remember, without the death and burial of Jesus, there is no resurrection. For Jesus' disciples on that Sabbath day, it was not a day of rest or refreshment or renewal for them. In fact, their thoughts were probably crowded with things of the horrible, horrific death that they had seen the one they loved experience on the cross just some hours prior. But remember that when God seems to be silent, he is at times doing his very best work. So as we wrap up the end of Easter week, remember this: God is always providentially working in ways that are for our good and his glory. And don't forget, Sunday morning is coming.